Good afternoon and welcome. Cary here from Cary's Creative Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the United Kingdom on a rather wet and dismal summer afternoon. Hey ho. It could be worse, couldn't it? It could be worse. I'm not sure if I'm going live or not. So if you can see or hear me, if you could give me a thumbs up, I'd be very grateful. What am I going to do? Well, today I thought I'd try to do something a little bit different. Not sure it's going to work, but fingers crossed we can make it happen. Oh, okay, so the laptop has decided it wanted to chuck me out of Facebook altogether. Not refresh the page as I had hoped. So let's try again. Oh, I may be seeing something. Please bear with. Yeah, maybe it's working. Okay, so enough looking at me. You don't want to do that. Let's turn the phone around and let me talk you through what we're doing. What I'm doing anyway. I'm going to get in the stand properly. I've got this kit. It's beautiful. Move my cup of tea out of the way. It's the Beautiful Blues kit, and it is simply stunning, absolutely stunning. I'll show you a quick look through. You get your tape and your block and your little stamp, ink spot, and your 3D foam and some gems and a little stamp set with sentiments that say I don't know what you're talking about, Cary. What do they read? I can't read them. That's because they're back, front and upside down. I'm not good at that. Wishing you comfort. Sending love, and you're in my thoughts, and this lovely spriggy leafy thing here. So we're going to need those. And then you have all the bits and pieces to put the cards together. These are the card bases. Got this beautiful blue pattern. It's a night of navy and white, which is gorgeous. This one, which is lovely. And this, which is more, I would say, blueberry bushel based. You get 3 of each of those. And look at these. Oh, look at these die cut pieces. Oh, I've got an avalanche, bear with. Look at those die cut pieces. Now, I'm not going to make the cards today. I've decided I'm going to try making a scrapbook page. Oh, and the envelopes. Of course, you get envelopes and they have these beautiful flaps. They don't have pattern on the inside, they're just plain white. But these are gorgeous. Love, love, love. I'm going to need a sheet of these, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 card bases and all the bits I would need to make each of those cards, and I'm going to turn them into a scrapbook page. Well, that's the plan. Hi, Andrea. So hopefully everything will go to plan. I don't need the tape, and I don't need the glue, I don't need the box of bits. I do have my own Night of Navy ink, so I'm not going to use that one either. But I do want the stamps, and I will use those gems. Well, I say I will. I may use those gems because I also have these ones to hand. Now, these are the Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots, and they come in navy blue, berry burst and petal pink, and Night of Navy is the colour I'm looking for, and these are more of an azure afternoon, so we'll see how we go with those. We'll put them over there. Stamp set wise, obviously I want to use this lovely sprig, and I've got out Charming Day, which is a new online exclusive stamp set that I thought would go rather nicely with these florals. It's got a sprig on it. And I have pulled out a long retired, I don't think it's even on the last chance list anymore, Love This Moment stamp set, because I really like this smile and happy sentiment. So put those to one side. Inks, what have I got ink wise? I have got Night of Navy, Misty Moonlight and Blueberry Bushel. So it's a very blue kind of afternoon. So I have got, from the kit, we have got the 3 card bases, 3 labels, which we've die cut out. Let's pull these beautiful delicate pieces out of their die cut sheet. As always with these, be very gentle. The pips are there to hold them in, can be quite strong. So gentle pulling, don't rush, take your time, you know, it's worth it, just to get them out nicely. I'm not sure if we'll use all of these, but we'll see how we go. I have an idea in my head, but that doesn't mean to say it'll turn into what I make. Do you do that? I do that a lot. I start off with an idea and then it kind of evolves or devolves into what it is going to become. So we've got these pieces and we've got these. So first thing I'm going to do, actually, I know, is I'm going to trim that off of there. I know that I don't want that piece on there. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer because I've misplaced my guillotine. I'm going to use the score line to line up in the gully, and I'm going to trim it off. So as you can see, I slightly missed, but that's okay. So I've got those 2 pieces. And I'm going to trim this one in half as well. So let's try and get this right. So we've now cut that card base to make 2 pieces. The 3rd card base I'm not going to cut at all. I like it that way. In my head, I've got an idea for it. So let's move these pieces to one side and bring in the scrap page. So I'm using 2 pieces of Willow White 12 by 12 cardstock. I'm going to do 1 page at a time. I've also, previously to this, I have cut 2 sheets of Night of Navy cardstock up. I will put a cutting guide up for this later in the week with some photographs. So I've got 2 strips that I'm going to use on the page, and then I've got 4 photo mounts. One that is in inches 5 by 7 to fit a 5 by 7 photograph, which is 12.7 centimetres by 17.8 centimetres. It's just got a nice narrow border around it. This is my photo placeholder, and then I have got 3 placeholders that are 10 centimetres by 5, and they all sit on here. So they are nice, neat, narrow borders to go around them. I haven't stuck them on because I'm not going to. These are reusable. I put them on with a glue dot, and then I can take them off and replace them with a photograph at a later date. But I will be sticking the map down. Okay, so we're going to have 4 photographs across the 2 pages. And we have these 2 strips. So we're going to start with page 1, or the first page. And the first page, let me just take this out, move that across. I'm going to see if I can, is that better? Yes, that's better. You should be able to see the page better now. I'm going to put my gems away. We don't need those just yet. That's for the last minute. What we do need is this lovely little leaf stamp and a block for it. So we're going to pop that on a block. Oh, a lighting has gone crazy. Let me turn the overhead light on. Oh, see if that helps. The weather here is just not playing ball at all. It's supposed to be August and summery, but it doesn't want to. So let's see if we can make this work for us. Okay, so for the first of these pages, I'm going to use this strip, which is 5.5 centimeters wide by 29.7. I'm going to bring in this piece of white card, this piece, and this white die cut piece, and that. Okay, so I know I want to use these pieces, and I've got this stamp. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to only put the one photograph on this page. So let me get the big photo card mat and page. So this is roughly what my page is going to come together as. I'm using my glass cutting mat as a guide to try and help me get things lined up straight. I do have a T ruler. I'm not very good with it, so I'm going to just do it by eye. I think I would rather have the flowers on that side. Photograph there. Yes, I think that works. That's looking good. So I'm going to put my white. Now, if you're using a card kit to make this, don't fold your cards. Leave them unfolded. They are pre-scored, but we can ignore that and get over that. We'll put something over there to distract the eye, and I think that's going to be this lovely little bit here. See how that just takes your eye away from the scoreline. I do think I quite like the idea of putting a little bit of white behind here too. I'm going to trim this into some smaller sections. I would do if I could find my guillotine. So I'm going to bring my trimmer in. So I'm just going to cut 2.5 centimeters. No, we're going to go 3.5 centimeters. So it's a little bit chunkier. And we're going to cut the card base, the other part of the third card base, into thirds. We can reuse that. So we're going to pop, let's see, do we like this? Just that little touch of white on that navy, just to bring it back alive. Yeah, I think I do. I think that helps balance out the white quite nicely. So we've got a plan. We know what we're doing, and we're going to do some stamping around here. So let's take that away. Oh, and that, and let's add some adhesive to this strip first. So I'm just going to run a bead of adhesive down the edge of the card. I don't know about you, but I do a lot of what I do is done by eye, so I don't really have any serious measurements on here. I think that needs to come down and go up a bit, kind of make it look symmetrical. How are we looking? How does that look? I'm hoping it looks okay. I'll worry about that bit in a minute. Yeah, that'll do. So I've just laid that on there. I'm just going to put a bit of glue under here so that that holds that down, and that is a nice straight edge along there. So we'll put that to one side so it can dry off a little bit, And let's bring in this piece of navy cardstock. There's nothing fancy on it, it's just plain. Do I want it? Yes, I do want it to be plain, because I really want the pattern paper to hold the card base that we're using in place of pattern paper to really do all the hero work for us. Okay, so I'm going to use this grid, and I'm looking at 10 inches. We're going to go 1.5 inches in, so about 4 centimeters in, and hope that gets straight. The nice thing about scrap pages is the way I've done them, or I'm doing them, is that you don't have any 3D at the minute. I haven't got to the 3D layout size ability yet. I'm new to this scrapbooking lark. Have you scrapped before? Are you an avid scrapper? If you are, tell me what I'm getting wrong. So let's try and keep that nice and straight there as well. We're going to bring that in. Can you see there's a little narrow bit there? I quite like that. And that's there. Okay, there's my bits for over here. Ooh. So I don't need those bits just yet, but I want to see where this is going to go. I'll do the embellishments and things after. So I've got my mat for my photo. That's nicely balanced between there now, and now I'm just going to put some stamping around there. I'm going to put the lid on the glue first. Let's have a look at the Night of Navy. I have got a scrap of the cardstock here, and I'm going to use that to stamp on here first to see how that comes out. Oh, that's very nice, isn't it? And I think it's going to be nice when it's a second impression as well. Yes, I do like that very much. Okay, so let's get that in place and do some stamping. Now, of course, you don't have to use the stamps that are in the kit, but I thought it would be quite nice to just do a little bit of repetitive stamping there, just to make the eye work in a triangle again, because I don't know about you, but I like triangles and diagonals on my work, my cards and my scrap pages, it turns out. So that's looking quite nice. I quite like that. It's got 3 bits there. 3 is an odd number. I like working in odd numbers as well. Do we need to add anything else to that? I'm not going to do anything for the moment. I am going to have a quick look at my sentiment selection and see if I can find something I want to use that'll fit on the piece that I have got ready. That was super quick and easy, wasn't it? That's not tricky at all. Where did the stamps go? Here they are. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got happy birthday. Thanks for being you. You made my day. Oh. Hey, what are we going to use? Or shall we go? I don't think smile or happy in this set will fit on there. It's a bit too big. That's a shame. So we're going to go back to this Charming Day stamp set and have a quick look. Happy birthday is too big. We don't want that anyway. You made my day. Thanks for being you. I think we might just go for... I can't read upside down and back to front, which is what this is. That must be can't wait to see you again. That would fit in there nicely. let's give that one a go, shall we? Now these are cling stamps, rubber cling stamps, so they don't need the trusty stamp and pierce mat. So that's handy. I am going to use Night of Navy cards, ink again, tap, tap, tap. Ooh, that's very juicy. Let me try that on a piece of scrap first. Yes, that's coming nicely. So we're going to do that gently because it's a juicy ink pad. And 1, 2, 3. Can't wait to see you again soon. Not sure if that's really something you'd write on a scrap page, but I've put it on mine anyway. I can change things as I go along, can't I? That's the art of the game. You change and you progress and you evolve. So there we go. Let's move these pieces out the way and bring in this pretty little layering piece here. I'm going to pop that there like that, and our photo mat is going to pop just on there. Right, okay, let's stick the photo mat down. I do know that if you're using scrapbooky things, you're supposed to use lignin free and acid free and all those things. I don't know if the glue I'm using is acid and lignin free, but I won't be placing any very precious photographs on here. It's my birthday's coming up, and I'm hoping to see my family, and I want to use this page to put a family group picture on. That's why I've gone for a big picture. So I'm just going to use a glue dot, and I'm going to place it in the middle of my photo mat, and then I'm going to de-tack it a fraction on my clothes, just so I know it's going to remove easily, and then I'm going to carefully place that where the photograph is going to go. Okay, so now we have this pretty little piece to put on. Now, do I put it right up to that photo and have the sentiment kind of going across? But I don't know, there might be somebody standing there, mightn't there? So I don't think I want to do that. I think I'll just pull it across that way, so it breaks up that line, covers that line up. Right, okay, let's put some glue on here. Do we like that side a little better? When you get these things, they are laser cuts, so you do kind of get a, I don't know if you can see, no, probably not. There's a faint cut line, but I think I actually prefer the other side. So I think I'm just going to stick that there, like that. Just a few dabs of glue to get things settled in. I don't know if they've got any messages, because I haven't got any messages coming up, so if you're sending me any messages or anything, I'm really sorry, I can't see them at the moment. And then we're going to just place that so it lines up with the edge of there. Oh, maybe I'll just put it over the edge. Okay, so I'm going to go slightly over my photo mat. So all I'm going to do is just avoid putting glue on that end. I'll attach it. Can you see? I don't know if you can. I've left this end glue free so that I can go slightly over my photo. and I will be able to slip my photo in under there when I come to sticking it down properly. So there we have our first page. 12 by 12 using one card base, one label and one pretty die cut, the stamps, and we're done. Let me move it out the way. Oh, I haven't put any gems on it, anything sparkly. Do I want to use these ones? Oh, I think it's gonna, no, I'm gonna leave that until I've done both pages. So we're halfway there. We're halfway to our double page spread. So let's bring in the second piece of 12 by 12. Or if you're in England, 30.5 by 30.5. And my 3 photo mats I've got here. I've got one that is going to go landscape and one that is going to go horizontally and portrait, and we're going to work around that idea, keeping it classically simple, I think I'm going to call that. But this is where the fun comes in with these pieces. We're going to leave those for a moment because I need these pieces. So I'm going to remove my pictures for a moment, or my photo placement pieces. I'm going to stick this long strip. I'm going to mirror the other page. I'm going to make it come in 1.5 inches as I did the other one, and as it's a 29.7 centimetre length, it will of course have a gap at the top and the bottom, and that's fine. I'm calling that a design feature. This is the card base I cut in half, and I'm actually going to line them up so that they go across there. Let me just get my pictures so that I can get my spacing right. It does help. I find it helpful to me to have photo mats so that I can lay them out. Oh, I'm going to place that there. That looks really pretty. And I'm going to put this picture underneath here. So I've got this blue and the navy showing through. And then I'm going to have this on there. So that's my rough page. And what do I have left? I have these pieces here. So this die cut I think should go over. What do we think about putting it there? And then maybe we can use this blue one up here with the sentiment on top. And we've got 1, 2, 3 focals, 3 pictures and 2 verticals, 2 horizontals, verticals, stripes. That works in my mind. I hope you agree. Yep. So let's take those pieces off for now. Let's move that across. Now I could, if I wanted to, I wouldn't need to waste the cardstock here. I could just put a piece top and bottom, but I'm going to go for it and just use the whole strip. I've stuck it down, so I'm going with that. Now this needs a little trim on the sides. I do so wish I knew where my guillotine had gone. But I'm just going to make sure that these are the same. They are. And then I'm going to place those slightly off because I want that to go across there. I don't want it. Yeah, Okay, so let's put this down. I'm going to put the bottom one down first so that I can have an idea of where it's going. Up to the line up with the ups piece, the piece on top. Trying to get these to make sure they match. Yep, there we go. More adhesive. I'm hoping. Ooh. No, come on, play the ball, play ball, that's it. And we want that to smish in the middle so that we can do. I may trim this down a little bit. What do you think? Not width-wise, but that way, so I can see a bit more of this blue, because I really do like it. It's very pretty. It's blueberry bushel, and I like blueberry bushel. It's nice and bright and cheerful. So I could go like that. Maybe a little bit more blueberry bushel showing. Yes, let's trim a little bit off of this. We're going to go to this edge, and I'm literally just going to trim 1 centimetre off. What is centimetres in an inch? 1 centimetre in an inch is about half. It's under half an inch. It's about 3/8 of an inch. So I have this strip left, but I still have this nice pattern, and I thought this would be quite a nice place to do a title or some journaling on there. So let's get this stuck on. This is coming together really easily, really quickly. So I know that one is, I'm happy with that one, so let's just pull that across there. So we're gonna check that lines is roughly straight. I say roughly because I have wonky eyes. Okay, so there we go. I don't even know if I'm still going live or if anybody's there. I'm going to go off centre. I'm going to follow this edge here for my mat, for my photo. Mat, because then I get these nice bands of this paper. Let's grab a glue dot just to put that picture in place. When it sticks, it will be good. Oh, I'm having a great time today, aren't I? I can't get my glue dots to come off. Okay, let's resort to take your pick. You're still watching, thank you. I'm glad somebody is, although I'm quite happy making the page. I've got a glue dot on there now. That's good. So we have a photo mat in place. I think the Night of Navy looks really nice against the blueberry bushel. So I'm going to put photo mats on these ones as well, so that I can move things around easier in a minute. I'm just detacking the glue dot a little bit before I stick it on. You can use scrap paper for the photo mats, placement holders, whatever you want to call them. You can use cardstock. I've used scrap cardstock here. I will reuse these for other projects then. I have a little baggie that's full of them. Once pictures go on them, they come off and get ready to use for another project. Okay, so we don't need that. We're going to put this one here and this one here. So quite like the flow of this. This seems to be, to me, to be moving around the page. So let's start with, what have we got here? We don't need that. this piece. I want that to go down there. Now, this piece here is going to overhang, so I'm going to need to trim it. And that's okay. I'm going to use a pencil and very carefully just mark where I'm going to trim off. I'm going to use my scissors. You do you. And I'm literally just going to reshape that piece around there like that. And the same with this piece here. I'm going to just take the scissors in and give it a new shape. Yeah, that works. Just remember to rub out if you've got any pencil marks on. You don't really want them left on there. And take away your little bits that you come off. Okay, so do we like that laying on there, and keeping that line straight? Does that look good? Kind of think it does. So we're going to do is put this piece on first, this photo mat, and we're going to line up with the edge of there. So we're keeping our lines going. So we've got a line there and a line there. And then this one, we're going to use this edge and line up across there. So I've got 3 photos on this page, and it's going to match up to there. I want it to come down a little bit, just a fraction, so I can mimic that space there. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so with this, we could use 3D foam and put it up, or we can just apply adhesive to the part that's not going to be going over the photograph. So what am I going to do? I'm going to turn this over and kind of use a point of reference. I've got a little leafy bit down there. So that's my piece that's going to go there. This is just a rough guide. And I'm just going to put some adhesive down on this bottom portion here. I like to use liquid adhesive. You can, of course, use tape and whatever else you like. And I want that to go, oh, do I like, no, I want that to go, oh, now I'm changing my mind. This is how it works for me. I could put this over here, but I quite like it in the middle. So I'm going with the middle. Go with your first idea, Cary. So that's there. Now, as I said before, because I haven't had any adhesive there, I can slip a photograph under there so that it will, in the page, look a bit in front of it. That's good. Now let's have a look at this top corner here. I'm going to do the same with this. Now that twiggy bit there is going to go right across that corner. I want it to go at an angle, and for it to be at an angle, it's going to overhang the page again. So we're going to move it and adjust it until it fits there. And then my word can go on there. So be very aware of where you're placing your adhesive when you're doing these things. And take your time, don't rush. All your hard work, you don't want to waste it. So I know that I'm only going to put a little bit of glue on that leaf there, and then the rest of this goes over here, so that it literally is just held on with those pieces of glue. Now you think, oh, it's not going to stick, it's not going to be safe. Well, it's going in a page protector. It's not like a card where you're going to have lots of hands opening and closing it. This has a little less handling. Oh, hi Belinda. You love the kit and wasn't quite sure how I was going to create the cards. Love the layout, beautiful. Thank you. I love the kit too. I think the cards are very attractive too, but I just had it in my head. I wanted to make this into a scrap page. So we're going to get rid of our little white offcut there. And this is our sentiment strip. So we need a little piece to put on there because I want it to go across there. So what have we got? Let's have a look. I'm using this Charming Day stamp set because I kind of goes with the florally ideas. Put some blue lid on. So let's see, is that hey, and you made my day. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, what a bit of a double. Oh, I do have this old, oh no, there is a new, I do have a current Celebrate Together. Would there be something on there? Memories. That would be nice. Yeah, I'm going to put memories on there. Let's go to this one. This is also, as far as I'm aware, still available. Where's the sentiment? This has been well used. So it's a little sentiment, but it's a little block, so that's handy. Oh. And I'm going to stick with my navy blue, Night of Navy ink. And that, yep. Now this is a clear stamp, photopolymer stamp, so I do like to use my matte for that if I can. So here we go. Tap, tap, tap. Inked up nicely. Memories. 1, 2, 3. That's nice. That's going to go over there. Give that a quick wipe. Pick that up. And we have this one last little piece there. Not sure what to do with that at the minute. I am quite liking the rest of what I've done, so I'm happy. Ah, that's what I could put on there. I'm so glad I picked this stamp set up. A Day to Remember. That could be the title. As I said earlier, if you weren't here, my birthday's coming up. And I wanted to make a couple of pages for my birthday celebrations. It's the big 6-0, and I'm wanting to have a nice, well, I know I'm having a nice time with lots of family and friends. So let's go for A Day to Remember on there. Now this time I can't put my whole mat under there, but what I can do is very carefully pull the page towards me because A Day to Remember, that needs to be stamped here. Now I'm looking through the screen because I got to get this. Do I do it on an angle? No. Let's go up here and down. 1, 2, 3. I'll give it an extra moment. And up. Oh, can you see the M didn't quite come out? My memory wasn't quite, my pressure wasn't quite right. So I'm actually going to spin this around. I'm not re-inking this. All I'm going to do is huff. And because it's a clear stamp, a photopolymer stamp, I can actually go and line it back up again. Now it's the M there that's not quite right. So I'm only going to put a little bit of pressure over the M. No, didn't work. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our Stampin' Right marker in Night of Navy. Excuse my arm. I've got to go across the screen to grab it. Stampin' Right marker, Night of Navy. And Stampin' Right markers have two ends. A nib that is great for touching up your sentiments and such like when they don't quite work out the way you want them to. So just filling in the gaps with the marker pen. The ink is exactly the same colour, so I know it will match. Now if you are worrying about, well, she hasn't got any place to journal on there, you're right, I don't. So what should I do? Well, what I thought I might do is write my hand piece in there after the event, because I don't know what I want to say about it yet. But I think that looks pretty good to me. As I said, I am new to this scrapbooking game, but I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. It's something different, and I'm really pleased with that. So let's bring in the gems. So these are the gems that come in the kit, and I'm not sure if I want to play with those ones or the Night of Navy from this charming shimmer faceted dots, which goes with the stamp set, the Charming Day stamp set. Now, these very often come with a sticky bit in the middle, and I like to take them off the sticky bit. So very carefully peel that off, and it's got a little bit of tape, so I'm just going to de-tack that. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to lay them on the surface, the project, so I can see what I'm looking at. So do we like the navy or the blue? I'm very much drawn to this blue, the navy rather, not the blue. The blue will work beautifully with the other projects, papers and cards, I'm sure. But I'm going with the Night of Navy from here. And these are also, the other nice thing about these is they're quite low profile. So it's quite nice just to add a little bit of sparkle, because I have this line here where I joined the two pieces of card. So I'm going to put some gems there, I think. 1, 2, 3, just to cover up that seam. I don't know if that'll work. We'll have to have a look. But I think I want some on the flowers as well. But I think I'll use the smaller ones. And I'm just going to pop some randomly here. Oop. Do we like those ones in the middle there or not? They look a bit, I'm not sure I like them there. I think I'm going to take those off. I think I might put them down here. There, that's a better look for me. I prefer that. So we've got, maybe I won't want little ones up there. Maybe I want bigger ones up there. What do we think? Maybe I'll just put one big one up here as well. Go in there. Should we go in here? I could go all over the place though. Actually, I think I'm just going to go there. Kind of off. There we have it. I think I'm happy with that. And I don't know that I want to change anything about it at the minute. So that is page the second page of my double page spread. That is my first page. Shall we put some gems on there as well? Because, you know, we've got to make it work together. So I'm just going to pop 3 little ones down here in amongst the foliage that I stamped. I like working in odd numbers. 3s are good. And I think maybe up here. Yes. I can go up here. And one more to go over here. There. Maybe we need another one because that's 6. There's 3 and there's 3, which is great, but we need another one. So I'm just going to pop one on there. So that's 7 on that page. Well, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this. I certainly have. It's certainly a new thing for me. I do hope you'll join me. And if you're watching on replay, can you let me know what you think? That's page 1 and that's page 2. I will put up pictures and a cutting guide for the photo mats later in the week. Well, thank you for joining me. Take care, look after yourselves. Bye bye.